How long does it take for one to get good at something? And I'm not talking only in time spent actively engaging in said activity. This includes studying, theory crafting, and the pondering. I personally consider myself good at Splatoon compared to myself 3 years ago. I mean, it's a really low bar. I used to be a hard-stuck S-rank roller main. Now I play roller but more vertical, and also isn't actually a roller. Now, as much as I'd like to go back in time and have a honorable 1v1 with my past self, that's not exactly possible until somebody tinkers with a telephone box enough. But there is something that I've dabbled on the launch of Splatoon and haven't looked back upon since. And no, it's not the YouTuber, even if it does fit that description perfectly. Alterna, Splatoon 3's token story mode. Not only is it an amazing expansion on Splatoon's lore, but quite the competent introduction for the game's mechanics. I haven't 100%ed it. I may have completed all the levels, but you can't make me go back and paint every single corner of the map. The challenge here is simple. I will redo every single level in Alterna and see just how much my mechanics have improved since then. How much time can I save? Well, let's find out. I'm not going to enforce too many rules upon myself because I feel the point is to directly compare how much better I've become without any huge handicaps. But just to make sure I don't give myself a magical advantage, I will be playing without any upgrades. I will choose any weapon I please, and obviously I will only be counting my first time, no redos. Excluding the creator and after Alterna times, the time to beat is 2 hours, 45 minutes, and 41 seconds. Will I smoothly be able to clear this record, or will my past self prove to be quite the formidable Okay, let's not beat around the bush, of course I smashed the record. But this recollection of familiar stages went far from perfect. The introductory levels. Already from the first few levels, we can immediately see how large the time saves are, starting with a strong 1-minute time save on stage 1-1. Stages 2 and 3 went smoothly before getting lost in stage 4. This is a stage pretty well known for having some crazy skips, but yeah, no way I know how to do them. And despite all the detours, that's another 1-minute time save. Stage 5 was a little more dicey as I realized a little too late that you need to cover even the tiniest specks. I mean, who's even checking? It's not like this thing's going to shoot a death laser to annihilate the Inkling race or anything. Thankfully, still a 10-second time save. Oh nice, a Zipcaster level. That will be easy for a gold zip badge owner like me. 1-minute time save. Stage 8 went as planned and stage 9 somehow turned into a 12-second time save. Then there's stage 1-10. A level infamous for being a menace to new players. But I am not a new player. So anyways, after another tie finish, we lost 2 seconds. Now this 2-second time loss isn't something to gloss over as this is a time level. Besides, there's another reason why this is a little sad. Sector 2 started off strong. Stages 1 to 3 had huge time saves, and we even made up the 2 seconds we lost earlier in the auto-scrolling stage 4. And of course, stages 5, 6, and 7 went by without any issues. But then, there was that level. A staggering 13-minute clear? I'm not sure what happened all those years ago, but it couldn't be good. Oh, it's this level. What? That's all of them? 11 minutes saved. And then we finally arrive at 2-9, the Fry boss battle. It's combat focused, this should be my strong suit. We go in and out in 1 minute, yeah? No. We still did better. Let's pretend that never happened. Because all I'm seeing is a 2-minute time save. Sector 3, yeah, you get the deal. Smooth runs through stages 1 and 2. Oh, snipers. To the inexperienced, these are ferocious run killers, but you really can just sidestep them. Stage 4 didn't go quite as well, but thankfully ended with a tight 9-second time save. Oh, and there it is, stage 3-5. I just knew this one would be so much easier, and now that I know how to somewhat mash on ink brush, it should be an easy record. I was mashing. I didn't even get it. Oh, I didn't even get it. This was utter defeat. It turns out that I wasn't Hold on, wait. While it is true I haven't touched a majority of these Alterna stages since the first time I played them, this specific stage in particular I replayed for my 1000 hours of Splatoon video, which was me only 300 hours ago. I'm not sure what this says about my improvement, as 300 hours is still a long time, but at least it can't get any worse than this. Stage 6. A pure aiming level. Now this is something I should be guaranteed to be better at. One second time loss. Well, at least the next stage should be easy. 50-second time save. Things got a little harder in Sector 4. Stages 1 and 2 went smoothly with no issues, but I got lost in Stage 3 and had an unfortunate blunder in Stage 4. Though both ended as new records, they only came up to a 5-second and 4-second improvement respectively. Heck, I went into Stage 5 fully expecting it to be an easy record, and I only managed a 4-second increase. Stage 6 only was a 1-second record, but a time save on any auto level is large. But then came Stage 7. We were back to some sloppy and, quite frankly, confused gameplay. We didn't lose any time, but none was gained either. But no time to gloom, we got stages that need completing. A surprising 6-second time save on Stage 8, 11 seconds on Stage 9, and a nice 22-second improvement on the aiming level. Oh, Stage 11 is a Stamper stage. As a resident 6-star V-Stamper player, this should be an easy record. Now let's see how much time I save. Moving on. Stage 12 was an easy 11-second time save, as I opted to choose ink brush over the octobrush my past self rolled with, and then we arrive at Stage 13. Another boss fight, this time against Shiver. Now there really shouldn't be much to stress about over here if it wasn't for the abysmal performance against Fry. I can't let my guard down, as this one could also serve to be an issue. Zero deaths, 2 minute 35 saved. This far into the story, it was becoming harder and harder to just run it down through the stages. However, the records never stopped updating. A clean Stage 1, a Looney Tunes Stage 2 result, followed by solid Stages 3 to 5. Then we arrive at Stage 6. One of 2 Zipcaster stages of World 5, but we're warmed up from earlier, so we can't possibly screw up this time. 1 minute 21 improvement, a 3-second improvement on the auto level, and an okay 19-second improvement on the splashdown level. Though the level of improvements were all over the place, things couldn't be looking better, and with Stage 9 being a fighting level, we were going to make up so much time. But it turns out that past me didn't even bother fighting the enemies at all because I somehow lost 9 whole seconds. Given how this was in no way a proper speedrun, a 9-second loss shouldn't be a big deal given all the other improvements so far, but this really felt like the first time where my past self somehow outdid me 3 years prior. And I was clearly shook as I proceeded to botch up my movement twice in the following level. Thankfully, I was prepared for Nintendo's trick and regained all that lost time threefold with a 26-second improvement on an auto level. Oh, another Zipcaster level. Let's not screw up this time. 25-second save. Stage 12 went by with no issues, and Stage 13 went horribly as I seemingly forgot how to use angle shooter. Thankfully, past me was even worse, and we end off Sector 5 with a 1 minute 50-second time save. Sector 6, the final sector. It proves to be a challenge to improve compared to the previous worlds. Because, I mean, yeah, no, it's harder, it's the final world. and nothing could be more rough than a measly 1 second improvement in stage 1. This wouldn't be such a big deal, but I swear I remembered myself being scared of the Octolings and playing Clash Blaster compared to this attempt, which was me running it down on Stamper. I promise you I'm better at Stamper, I just haven't touched it in a couple weeks. Stages 2 and 3 were simple fighting levels which went by smoothly. Stage 4 was an ink cap level, which means it should realistically take patient gameplay, but I ran through the entire thing and only needed to shoot once for a 1 minute 32 second increase. In stage 5... 13 seconds saved. With another time save under my belt and only 8 more stages to go, things were looking hopeful. From here it'd be smooth sailing and I would be free. Let's just say, I was wrong. Stage 6 was a 5-second time loss as I falsely assumed I can clear the level without killing everything, and while stage 7's 1 second loss wouldn't be a big deal as it's an auto-scroller, it wasn't without its few unfortunate attempts. And we arrive at stage 8. Breathe in, breathe out. It must be a stage all about patience. Now let's go for the first jump. Huh, that's weird. My momentum just halted mid-air. I'm sure that's just a fluke and I won't need to worry about it again. After one more actually impatient death and escaping divine intervention a third time, we end with a 25-second time save. Thankfully, the following levels provided a much needed break as we came up on the closing stretch. A quick and smooth stage 9 and a slow, painful stage 10. Oh, and stage 11 did in fact exist. And now we arrive at stage 6-12, the Stamp Gauntlet. I may be gold Zipcaster badge, but first and foremost, I have used so much Ultra Stamp. It's a very toxic relationship, but I've made it work. This should be easy. Well, should I restart this? I mean, I've said that the point of the challenge is for me to first try everything, and I've done so up to this point. Do I dare just sneakily restart and not tell anyone? Well... How? That was a 7-second improvement, which isn't that much, sure, but given how I did this run, it really makes you wonder what me 3 years ago was possibly doing. And now we arrive at stage 13, rounding out the deep cut trio, Big Man. Obvious sunshine jokes aside, though deathless, this boss took quite a bit of time. It's safe to assume past me had some upgrades at this point in the game, and it's safe to assume that the devs thought so too, because wow, it took forever to shred each manta ray and I got quite unlucky too. Thankfully, I believe I might have died a couple times in the past, and with this deathless run, I was able to squeak out a 26-second improvement. I think it's pretty obvious that my new total time is way better than what I had 3 years ago. Just an experiment to see if playtime and mechanics alone are enough to improve times, and I mean, come on. If I somehow lost to a hard-stuck S-rank player from 3 years ago, then I have a lot of self-reflecting to do. But the question is, how much did I improve? Well, to reiterate my previous time, 3 years ago I had the cumulative time of 2 hours 45 minutes and 41 seconds, and the new and improved time is 1 hour 55 minutes 43 seconds, a total improvement of 49 minutes 58 seconds. That's like more than 2 minutes. I don't get a prize or a pat on the back for this, not even a daily Sheldon drop because I still refuse to paint every bit of the map, but I finally got to experience the feeling of completely slam dunking on my past stuff without actually having to invent time travel. After Alterna, an infamous hidden level only found after completing all levels. I'm not sure how to check my prior time, but I have cleared it 3 years ago. But just to see if I could get that text to show up after completion, let's do it. It didn't start great as I've just sat through 2 to 3 hours just to complete all other stages, but after a certain point, I no longer had the say in whether or not I could even complete just the first stage. Eventually the stick gods were satisfied with my suffering and finally set me free. Unfortunately, things didn't get better. With my mental down and a splitting headache, I had to call it there. Besides, after Alterna's time isn't even recorded, so I don't really need to beat it, right? but that's lame. So after a good night's sleep, it's time for a rematch. Finally, a time of 15 minutes and 44 seconds. Unfortunately, it wasn't a new record as I played very safe in the last section due to a couple mishaps. But at this point, it wasn't about the time anymore. It was so that I can get over the fact that I couldn't do it the first time. I mean, it wasn't even my fault, it was drift, but still. And that was my journey through replaying all of Alterna. And if you're wondering about Sector 0, here were my times. I don't know how to check what my old times were, and none showed up as a new record, which either means Sector 0 doesn't tell you, or I have a massive skill issue. And for those still here, thanks for watching till the end. Be sure to tell me in the comments if you want to see more content like this and whatever else YouTubers say nowadays. Anyways, to rate my experience, I'm going to give Alterna a 0 out of 10 because they didn't feature Splatoon Wiper in any of the levels.